Good morning, everyone. Today's topic is puppetry. So, today we are going to discuss about first we have what is puppet, then types of the puppet, then last one is the some forms of the puppet in India, and hope you all will enjoy the today's discussion. First of all, let's go with the what is puppet. A puppet is an object often resembling a human, animal, or mythical figure that is unanimated or manipulated by a person called puppeteer. So, a puppet is one of the most remarkable and ingenious inventions of the man. It has been said that a puppet has to be more than his live counterpart, for it is definitely the suggestive element that is more captivating and enduring in a puppet. And ancient Hindu philosophers have paid the greatest tribute to puppeteers. They have likened God Almighty to be a puppeteer and the entire universe to a puppet stage. Srimad Bhagavad, the greatest epic depicting the story of the Lord Krishna in his childhood, said that with strings, Satta, Raja, and the Tama, the god manipulates its object in the universe as a marionette. So, in Sanskrit terminology, Putalika and the Putika means little sons. So, the root of the puppet is derived from the Latin word pupa, which means a doll. India is said to be the home of the puppets, but it is yet to awaken to its unlimited possibilities. The earliest reference to the art of the puppetry is found in Tamil classic called Silapadikaram, which is written around the 1st or the 2nd century BC. And the Natya Sastra, the masterly treatise on dramaturgy, which is written sometimes during 2nd century BC or 2nd century AD. That means the 2nd century BC to 2nd century AD does not refer to the art of the puppetry, but the producer cum director of the human theatre has been termed as the Sutradhar, meaning the holder of the string. The word might have found its place in theatre terminology long before Natya Sastra was written, but it must come from marionette theatre. And so, puppetry must have originated in India more than 500 years before Christ. And actually, puppetry has been successfully used to motivate the emotionally and physically handicapped students to develop their mental and physical faculties. Awareness programs about the conservation of the natural and the cultural environment have also proved to be very useful. These programs aim at sensitizing the students to the beauty in word, sound, form, color, and the movement. So the aesthetic satisfaction derived from making of the puppets and communicating through them helps in the all-round development of the personality of the child. And the stories of puppetry adapted from the Puranic literature, local myths, and the legends, usually from the content of the traditional puppet theatre in India, which in turn imbibes elements of all creative expression like painting, sculpture, music, dance, drama, etc. And the presentation of the puppet programs involve the creative efforts of many people working together. So, in modern times, educationists all over the world have realized the potential of the puppetry as a medium for communication, Many institutions and the individuals in India are involving the students and the teachers in the use of puppetry for communicating educational. Then here comes the types of puppet. There are different types of the puppet in the world, but according to Indian context, I took up only four. They are string puppet, then shadow puppets, rod puppets, and the last one is the globe puppets. Then, first of all, let me tell you a brief about string puppet. So, India has a rich and ancient tradition of the string puppets or the marionettes. Marionettes having joint limbs controlled by string allow for greater flexibility and are therefore the most articulate of the puppets. Rajasthan, Odisha, Karnataka, and the Tamil Nadu are some of the regions where this form of the puppetry has flourished. Then, next is the shadow puppets. India has also the richest variety of the types and the styles of the shadow puppets. Shadow puppets are flat figures. They are cut out of leather which has been treated to make it translucent. Then shadow puppets are pressed against the screen with a strong source of the light behind it. The manipulation between the light and the screen make silhouettes or the colorful shadows, as the case may be for the viewers who sit in front of the screen. This tradition of the shadow puppets survive in Odisha, Kerala, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Maharashtra, and Tamil Nadu. Then third one is the rod puppets. Rod puppets are an extension of the globe puppets, but often much larger and supported and manipulated by rods from below. This form of the puppetry now is found mostly in West Bengal and Odisha. Then the last one is the globe puppets. Globe puppets are also known as the sleeve, hand, or the palm puppets. The head is made of either papier-mâché, cloth, or the wood, with two hands emerging from just below the neck. The rest of the figure consists of a long flowing skirt. And these puppets are like the limb dolls, but in the hands of an able puppeteers are capable of producing a wide range of movements. The manipulation technique is simple. The movements are controlled by the human hand, the first finger inserted in the head and the middle finger and the thumb are the two arms of the puppet. With help of these three fingers, the globe puppet comes alive. So, the tradition of the globe puppets in India is popular in Uttar Pradesh, Odisha, West Bengal, and Kerala. In Uttar Pradesh, globe puppet plays usually present social themes, whereas in Odisha, such plays are based on stories of the Radha and Krishna. And in Odisha, the puppeteers play on the dholak with one hand and manipulates the puppet with the other hand. The delivery of the dialogues, the movement of the puppet, and the beat of the dholak are well synchronized and create a beautiful dramatic atmosphere. So, these are different types of the puppets which are found in India, which are very popular in. Now, here I will show you some forms of the puppet which is very popular in India. So, here the first one is the Kathputli of Rajasthan. The traditional marionettes of the Rajasthan are known as Kathputli. They are carved from a single piece of wood. These puppets are like large dolls that are colorfully dressed. Their costumes and headgears are designed in the medieval Rajasthani style of dress, which is also prevalent even today. The Kathputli is accompanied by a highly dramatized version of the regional music. Oval face, large eyes, arc eyebrows, and large lips are some of the distinct facial features of these string puppets. These puppets wear long trailing skirts and do not have legs. Puppeteers manipulate them with 2 to 5 strings, which are normally tied to their figures and not to a prop or a support. Then here is also another string puppet which is found in Odisha known as Kundhai. These puppets are made up of light wood. The Odisha puppets have no legs but wear long flowing skirts. They have more joints and are therefore more versatile, articulate, and easy to manipulate. The puppeteers often hold a wooden prop, triangular in shape, to which strings are attached for manipulation. The costume of the Kundhai resemble those worn by the actors of the Jatra traditional theatre. The music is drawn from the popular tunes of the regions and is sometimes influenced by music of Odissi dance. Then another string puppet of India which is found in Karnataka state. The string puppet of the Karnataka are called the Gombeata. They are styled and designed like a character of the Yakshagana, the traditional theatre form of the region. The Gombeata puppet figures are highly stylized and have joints at the legs, shoulders, elbows, hips, and the knees. These puppets are manipulated by 5 to 7 strings tied to a prop. Some of more complicated movements of the puppet are manipulated by 2 to 3 puppeteers at a time. Then the episodes enacted in Gombeata are usually based on prasangas of the Yakshagana plays. The music that accompanies is dramatic and beautifully blends folk and classical elements. Here is the Bomalatam of Tamil Nadu. Puppets from Tamil Nadu known as Bomalatam combine the techniques of both rod and string puppets. They are made up of wood and a string for manipulation are tied to an iron ring which the puppeteer wears like a crown on his head. And a few puppets have joined arms and hands which are manipulated by the rods. The Bomalatam puppets are the largest, heaviest, and the most articulate of all the traditional Indian marionettes. A puppet may be as big as 4.5 feet in height, weight about 10 kilograms. Bomalatam theatre has elaborated preliminaries which are divided into 4 parts. They are Vinayak Puja, then Komali, Amanatam, and the last one is the Pushen Kanatam. Here is the Togalu Gobeata from Karnataka. This is the example of the Sedo puppets. The Sedo theatres of Karnataka is known as Togalu Gobeata. These puppets are mostly small in size. The puppets, however, differ in size according to their social status. For instance, large size for the kings and the religious characters and the smaller size for the common people or the servants.
ಇಂದು ಮಕರಾಕ್ಷ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಭುವಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಈ ವಿಷಯವನ್ನು ತಿಳಿಸಿ. ಒಬ್ಬೊಬ್ಬ.
This is Tholu Bomalata of Andhra Pradesh. This is also another example of the shadow puppet. Tholu Bomalata from the Andhra Pradesh shadow theatres has the richest and the strongest tradition. The puppets are large in size and have joint waists, shoulders, elbows, and knees. They are colored on both sides. Hence, these puppets throw color shadow on the screen. The music is dominantly influenced by the classical music of the region, and the theme of the puppet plays are drawn from the Ramayana, Mahabharata, and the Purans. Then here is another shadow puppet from Odisha, which is known as Ravana Chaya. The most theatrically exciting is the Ravana Chaya of Odisha. The puppets are in one piece and have no joints. They are not colored, hence throw opaque shadow on the screen. The manipulation requires great dexterity. Then since there are no joints, the puppets are made up of deer skins and are conceived in bold dramatic poses. Apart from human and animal characters, many props such as the trees, mountains, chariots, etc. are also used. Although Ravana Chaya puppets are smaller in size, the largest, not more than 2 feet, have no joint limbs. They create very sensitive and lyrical shadows. This is the traditional rod puppet form of the West Bengal, which is known as Putul Nats. They are carved from wood and follow the various artistic styles of a particular regions. In Nadia district of the West Bengal, rod puppets used to be of human size like the Bunraku puppet of Japan. This form is now almost extinct. The Bengal rod puppet which survive are about 3 to 4 feet in height and are costumes like the actors of Jatra, a traditional theatre form prevalent in the state. These puppets have mostly 3 joints. The heads, supported by the main rod, is joined at the neck, and the both hands attached to rod are joined at the shoulders. Then the technique of the manipulation is interesting and highly theatrical. The bamboo mat half is tied firmly to the waist of the puppeteers, on which the rod holding the puppet is placed. The puppeteers, each holding one puppet, stand behind a head-high curtain, and while manipulating, the rod also move and dance, imparting corresponding movement to the puppets, while the puppeteers themselves sing and deliver the stylized prose dialogues. Then a group of the musicians, usually 3 to 4 in numbers, sitting at the side of the stage, provide accompanying music with the drum, harmonium, and the cymbals. The music and the verbal text have close similarity with the Jatra theatre. Then here is another rod puppet from Bihar, which is known as the Yampuri. The traditional rod puppet of Bihar is known as Yampuri. These puppets are made up of wood, unlike the traditional rod puppets of West Bengal. These puppets are in one piece and have no joints. As these puppets have no joints, the manipulation is different from other rod puppets and require greater dexterity. This last puppet is the glow puppet from the Kerala, which is known as Pavakutu. In Kerala, the traditional claw puppet play is called Pavakutu. It came into existence during the 18th century due to the influence of Kathakali, the famous classical dance drama of Kerala, on puppet performances. In Pavakutu, the height of a puppet varies from 1 foot to 2 feet. The head and the arms are carved of wood and joined together with a thick cloth cut and stitched into a small bag. The face of the puppets are decorated with pans and small and thin pieces of the gilded tins, the feathers of the peacock, etc. The manipulators put his hand into the bag and moves the head and the head of the puppet. Then the musical instruments used during the performance are the chenda, chengilowa, ilathalam, and the sankha, the cones. The theme for the glow puppet plays in Kerala is based on the episodes from either the Ramayana or the Mahabharata. So these are some forms of the puppet which is very popular in India. That's all for today, and I hope you all are enjoying the videos and the discussion. Thank you. Have a nice day.